this DIY survival, I'll show you how easy it is to replace a damaged skirting board.
Joe, I don't want you to punch it all the way back to America. You know.
I'll tell you how to put a flat pack together without losing your temper. And I'll banish all excuses for not putting shelves up.
That'll give us the support we need to put our fancy stuff on here, huh? The expensive, whoops, uh-oh. Oh my goodness.
Let's meet the DIYers who are going to give me a hand.
I'm Ellen Moore. I live in Crystal Palace in South East London and I have a 1-bedroom flat. I've lived here for 18 months.
My name is Joe Torbeca and I'm a native of Western Pennsylvania. We're over here with my wife's job. We're in the Hampstead area of London and we're in a lovely 2.5 bedroom flat.
I tend not to finish things and I've got quite a few unfinished jobs. I need to finish off round the top of the walls and I have managed to get a bit of paint everywhere, like on the ceiling and the floor and even on the toilet seat.
I really don't enjoy DIY that much. I have done some things around the house. This was just an old table I actually took off of a junk pile, and instead of refurbishing it in a brownish, woodish tone or whatever, I just painted it red. I like that.
I'm not brilliant at DIY. I think I'm a bit of a bodger. I don't normally do things by the book or properly. I just sort of have a go, so I think I'm probably a bit of a cowboy.
We did some flat packs. That was challenging for me, but we got it done. Proud of that work.
I can tell if a DIYer has potential just by looking at their toolkit. Heaven knows what these two have in theirs. So I'm going to put the kettle on and have a rummage. Well, how's the tea, guys?
Very nice.
Oh, very good. This is my first tea in the UK.
Your first cup?
Yes, sir.
And how does it stand up?
It's nice and warm and very good.
Oh, we might have a convert from coffee here. Well, let's go and have a look at your tools. Oh, that's a lovely little girly one, isn't it?
My girly little drawing, yeah.
Oh, very nice. That'd go in your purse, that would. You can take that out of night time with you. And what we got here? Oh, this is a big sander.
Very dusty sander.
Yes, obviously. Cleaning is not your forte. Yes, the bag's full up with dust.
Yeah, it was my Christmas present.
Was it?
It was, yes.
I wonder if I could get away with buying my wife a sander or a cordless drill for Christmas. Somehow I don't think so, you know. Oh, no, that looks very nice, doesn't it?
It's very well used.
Well, I wouldn't say it was well used. I'd say it was well abused by the look of it. We'll say no more. Not a bad little toolkit. Now, I've got to say, Joe, yours is what I would call minimalistic. Mm-hmm. And what about this? You've got this little tiny cordless.
Oh, yeah, that's my machine.
It's not charged up?
Well, no, I've been using it even without the charge.
Oh, I see trouble ahead today. Using a cordless driver without a charge. Right, okay. Without further ado, we should drink our tea and get on with the first task, yeah? Cool. Right, guys, well, our first task today is to replace or repair a bit of skirting. Obviously, here at one time, you can see there was something here. In this case, it was a fireplace, a surround. Now, this is a great demonstration of what a skirting's for. This is the wall and the floor, and you've got this void area or rough area in between. And this floor and the wall moves, they expand at different rates. So the shrinkage, and if this was fixed to here, you'd have a crack all the way around. So what that does, you have this separate to there, and this thing covers the gap, so any movement between the two materials, it doesn't show. For this job, we'll need a mitre block and saw, a coping saw, a nail bar and hammer, a nail pin punch, and some decorator's cork and a sponge. Using the nail bar and a wooden packer, okay, just pop that off and then put that in. Again, nail bar. Right. Now this end is what we call a scribe, okay? Now the reason, if you have a look at that, you'll see that it goes up and that follows the shape of the other one. So this sits over the other one. Most people try and do an internal mitre, which unless the corners are perfectly square, you're going to get yourself into trouble. So the simplest way to do it is what we call by doing a scribe. I'll show you how to do that. Now I believe the other end should be, if it's done right, should be a flat end. So you have one flat end and one scribe. So if you two can get that end out, we'll inspect it. There's the nail bar. If you work as a team, then there's your 2 blocks. Put the block behind it, behind the nail bar. Well, it's not particularly well fitted, this one, is it?
And then
That's the old skirting out of the way. So the next stage is to cut a scribe at the end of our new board. First, cut a mitre and use a pencil to mark the edge of the skirting board. This will give you the profile. Hold your coping saw at an angle as you cut along the line. This means that you will undercut it and ensure that this edge will fit snugly against the other board like a jigsaw. That's the theory. Let's see if Joe can put it into practice.
Time. Now don't force it. Let the thing slide. Keep the blade running and...
We'll leave Joe to get to grips with his scribe while we take in some more DIY. That old faulty guttering won't go away if you ignore it. You'll end up with damp woodwork, waterlogged brickwork and a massive hole in your wallet. I'd recommend you replace it as soon as possible, and here's how. Carefully remove your old guttering. The old cast iron stuff is really heavy, so get a mate to help you and always wear gloves to protect your hands. For your new guttering to work properly, you need a 1 in 600 fall between the end of the gutter and the outlet to allow the water to drain away. Start by marking the position for the outlet. Hold a plumb line from the fascia to the drain and mark this position on the fascia. Then run a taut string from the downpipe to the farthest point of the guttering and measure the distance between these 2 points. To calculate the drop, divide this figure by 6 and multiply it by 10. This will tell you how much to lower the end of the string where the outlet will sit. Next, screw your brackets into the fascia about 1 metre apart, screw in the outlet, clip in the guttering and install the downpipe. Oh, and pat yourself on the back for a job well done. Now let's get back to that skirting board. Joe and Ellen struggled a bit with cutting a scribe.
Right, let me do the last bit then. Right, now the moment of truth. Let's see how you guys did.
But the results weren't bad. That little gap can be filled with a bit of decorator's cork.
Look at that.
Good job, Ellen.
Very good.
We've cut the board to length, so now we need to fix it to the wall. The trick to actually fixing the long length of skirting, if you pull the middle out, Joe, pull it out so it bows, okay? Are you ready? He's only going to get one crack at this guy.
Let me get it in a position. There you go.
Right, now just push that back, Joe, in the middle. And that's a lovely fit. All we've got to do now is just nail it.
There's a wooden plate at the bottom of this stud wall, and that's what we're going to fix into. We then get a nail pin punch and just punch it back behind the surface. We put a bit of filler in there and then paint over and Bob's your uncle.
Well, Joe's certainly enthusiastic, but I think his next lesson might have to be painting skirting boards.
Joe, I don't want you to punch it all the way back to America. You know.
That's it.
Yep, that looks fine.
Now just put a few more fixings in and we'll be done. Ellen, on the other hand, seems to be trying to tickle her nail into the wall. Oh, let me give you a hand. Well, you've got to get the right position for hammering, you know, and you're really sort of swinging. Don't restrict the swing. So let's try it.
See, this is all old-fashioned stuff now for me.
See, the nail gun actually countersinks all the nails for you. So you just pull the trigger, bang it in, and you'd have this on in about 10 seconds flat.
Then why didn't you give us a nail gun?
Well, because have you got a nail gun at home? Right. And I didn't think you'd go out and buy a nail gun just to fit a bit of skirting. But as you become more proficient, who knows? But well done, guys. Have a look at your handiwork.
not bad for a first attempt.
What do you think?
I think it's well.
Well, I think it's very good. Why don't we just take a look at it and see how they did that? Protect the wall with timber packers as you lever the skirting board off with a nail bar. Use a coping saw to cut a scribe where the skirting board fits into an internal corner. When replacing the skirting board, bend it out in the middle and position the two ends first. Finally, fill any gaps with decorator's cork and wipe off any excess with a damp sponge. There you go, the finishing touches to a job well done. But I wonder how Joe and Ellen are going to get on with the task I've got for them next. Join us after the break. On this DIY survival guide, my two trainees, Joe and Ellen, have put their amateur skills to the test.
Well, let's go on and have a look at your
They've
tool.
successfully replaced some damaged skirting board, and later we'll see if they manage to master the art of putting shelves up. But first, here's my guide to flat packs. Flat packs. There are three important points, and I'm going to tell you these. The first one, this is particularly aimed at you guys out there because I've seen them take the instructions out, a cursory look, gone. Read the instructions, very important, don't throw them away. Point number two, create a nice workstation. So if you've got a nice big table or a sheet of ply, set it up, put a sheet over the top so you won't do any damage, and then you've got a nice surface to work from. Point number three, count all the components and make sure you've got enough to finish a job before you start. Right, here we go. Number one. Make sure that you gather all the tools you need before you start the job. Hunting for your cordless screwdriver midway through assembling a flat pack will cause your blood pressure to rise. Next section. I can guarantee you'll need to keep referring to the instructions as you work, so keep them close to hand. It's no fun rifling through the bin. If you've got a couple of flat packs to put together, make sure you only open them one at a time, or you'll be up to your neck in screws, dowels and lugs. Tommy's tip, use a little PVA glue to hold the dowels in position. This will strengthen the unit. Laying the components out will help you visualise how they go together. If you follow my advice, your flat pack should turn out to be a useful piece of furniture, and you won't lose your temper in the process. You now have my full permission to get rid of the instructions. Well guys, after your first task, have you gained in confidence?
Yes.
Yes.
Good, because your second task is going to be a really useful one. Now I want you to pay close attention because what I'm going to design and build for you, which you'll probably find useful at home, is a set of shelves. Now these are no ordinary shelves. These are bespoke shelves which are freestanding, floating if you like, with concealed fixings. Does it sound impressive?
Very impressive.
Right. Well, everyone's got a useless corner in their house, and here is a difficult one to put any furniture in. So we're going to put a set of shelves in there that are triangular. So they look quite nice, but you won't see the fixings.
Cool.
You happy with that?
Yeah.
Well, pay close attention because I'm going to show you how to do the first one, and then you as a team will have to proceed and do the second one, okay?
Okay.
First, use a spirit level to mark the position where your shelf will sit. The shelf is going to be supported by a triangular frame of timber batten fixed to the wall. I've made a scale drawing of the shelf on my workbench, and this will help me cut the timber batten to size. Use a mitre block to cut the end of each piece at a 45-degree angle. And use the drawing on the workbench to check that the angles of the frame are correct.
Across that one,
I always number each piece so I remember which part goes where.
across that one, one.
Then I fix the frame with PVA glue on each joint and 2 screws at each corner. This is a dry-lined wall, so we're using plasterboard fixings to attach the frame. Fixing a couple of braces inside the frame will give the shelf even more strength. See, but you can feel the more the components go together, the stronger the piece becomes. The shelf is a piece of MDF cut to size. Give your shelves a professional finish by hiding the exposed batten with a length of architrave. Finally, screw the shelf into the frame. The last screw. Now, do you want the good news or the bad news?
Bad news.
Well, the bad news is, I hope you're concentrating because you've got to do it yourselves because I'm off to do something. And the good news?
Yeah, what's the good news?
Well, the good news is I've cut all the components for you here,
Right.
and all you have to do is put it together and stick it on the wall.
No problem.
Right?
Right on.
As I said, I hope you've been concentrating. I'll be back shortly to check on your progress. Good luck. I'm out of here. The tools they'll need for this job are a mitre block and saw, a tape measure and spirit level, a cordless screwdriver and drill, plasterboard fixings and PVA glue.
Straighten the wall.
Actually, I'm going to keep my eye on them while I do this. Quick progress.
How's that?
That's cool.
All right.
Well, they've obviously decided to do it a different way. Because they're not making the frame up on the bench. They seem to be putting it straight on the wall in individual components.
What about there?
Yeah.
Fixing it like they're doing means you run the risk of damaging the wall. I hope they don't regret doing it this way. If don't do that, you'll break that drill bit. He's going to snap that drill bit.
All right.
And that's my favourite, my best countersink bit. No, that's it, that's no good. They're not having an easy time fixing these metal fixings into the plasterboard. Yeah, that's glue. I remembered the glue.
That's it.
Ellen seems to be taking charge of this. She'd make a good foreman. She's obviously used to being in control.
So we now need to
Another bit here?
countersink,
Okay.
pilot into each end so we can put a screw in each of the ends.
That's very good.
Screw. We need to do it at an angle so that it goes into this piece of
Okay, so
I've obviously taught them very well and they've obviously learned from my teaching to use their initiative.
Okay, right here.
That's it.
And then over here. That is pretty flush, actually.
Putting the front batten on the shelf now. Need to get them screws home a bit tighter than that.
That'll give us the support we need to put our fancy stuff on here, huh? Whoops, uh-oh. Oh my goodness. Both sides come out?
He fell off the other screw.
Tommy's not around, he wouldn't know the difference.
Oh, won't I now? Well, I'm going to keep a close eye on these two while you take a look at some more DIY. If you are fitting a new bath, fix as many components to it as possible before you take out the old one. That way the water won't have to be turned off for so long. Your new bath will come with support legs. Turn the bath upside down to fit these and follow the manufacturer's instructions. Next, fit the taps through the holes and screw in the flexible tap connectors. Fit the waste outlet and use silicone mastic to seal it to the bath. Place the overflow pipe into the back of the overflow hole. Then screw the outlet into position. Next, turn off the water supply, remove your old bath and set the new one in place. Spread the weight of the bath by placing a board under each pair of feet. Adjust the legs until the bath is horizontal, then tighten the locking nuts. To plumb in the bath, fit the flexible tap connectors to the supply pipes and connect the trap outlet to the waste pipe. Turn the water supply back on and check for leaks before fixing the side panels onto the bath. Finally, you'll need to seal the joint between the bath and the wall with a silicone sealant. But the bath needs to be used at least once before it settles into position. So enjoy a soak before finishing the job. Joe and Ellen are still struggling with that corner shelf and they're doing some serious damage to my tools in the process. Oh, don't move the drill around, easy.
We'll just put that back in and here, we'll just pull this out.
Marks out of 10 for using the cordless screwdriver to fix the pieces of wood together. About 2.
Okay, then we're going to come in right about here.
Yeah.
No,
make
no,
sure you
no,
go
no, not down there.
straight.
No, 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 no.
Uh-oh.
No, 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 he's gonna break it, damn it.
My bit's not letting me come in. I'm against the wall here. Well, let's go this way.
I don't know they'll be able to win right doing this.
I don't know.
If you break that, you'll be in big... He's bending it. You'll be in big trouble. Well, he seems to be having serious problems with his front batten. He's done that do one hole, they're going to change the drill bit. Didn't they? Perhaps if they'd listened to me and put the frame together before fixing it to the wall, they wouldn't be in this mess.
Okay, that's better.
That's a lot better. We probably, I guess we should have done that from the start, put on 2 in each end.
Yeah.
I was changing the drill bit again. They must have changed the drill bit and the screw bit at least 100 times. Now, fit it onto the shelf, put the beading on, and the job's done. Right, I think it's time I went in and sorted them out. They need a bit of help as well. And I want to sort him out for nearly breaking my drill. Right, you guys, how's it going?
I think we're plugging along pretty good, Tony.
Yeah. Have you had any problems?
No.
No problems at all. No, not really, Tony. We'll be able to do chin-ups off this shelf here.
Oh, good. Right. You didn't have any problems like with part of the frame falling off? Or maybe the screws not being deep enough?
Possibly, yeah.
Or maybe even you attempting to break my drill bit by bending it all over the place.
Yes, well.
Did you keep a record of how many times you actually changed the drill, the countersink drill and the actual screw bit?
Just a few times.
Yeah. You see, the idea is you change it once and you do all the holes in one go.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. But it was very entertaining, I've got to say.
That's how you do
until you got hold of it and spun it round.
Oh, well.
Yeah, short, sharp shocks. That's what you need to give it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you need as well to G up your DIY. Well, you didn't do too bad. Made a few errors. But I'm going to have to make my star pupil of the day. Sorry, Joe, it's got to be Ellen.
That's fine.
You let me down with your ability on the screwdriver. Well, I think that's fair, don't you? Join us again soon with some more wonderful DIY.
Fitting the skirting board seemed a lot easier than I thought it was. So yeah, it's definitely something I would try and do.
A lot of it was a challenge, and we were going back to the pretty much basics. I might still outsource some of my DIY. Use my trusty checkbook as one of my tools.
Definitely be going, having a go at making some shelves, but this time I'll try and make sure they stay in one piece.